Founded in 1923, the Eastern League is one of minor league baseball's 3 AA leagues, the others being the Southern League and the Texas League. As of 2020, the Eastern League is made up of 12 teams from 9 states that are divided into 2 divisions. In terms of its ballparks, the Eastern League offers all sorts of experiences. Historic parks that have hosted a who's who of future big leaguers, new facilities that have earned praise from fans and players alike, and just about everything in between. Ballpark names throughout baseball are something that intrigue me, and if you've clicked on this video, they're likely of interest to you as well. So let's dive deeper into them. In the Eastern League, we have several parks that are named after utilities companies, one with a name that ties into British royalty, and another one that sells products that you might buy on your morning commute. Here are the meanings behind the names of each of the 12 ballparks in the Eastern League. In a world of corporate-named ballparks, it's always fun to find one with a name that pays tribute to the surrounding area, and that's exactly how we'll begin our list. The Akron RubberDucks, who certainly have one of the more creative minor league team names, play in a ballpark that has a simple name. Canal Park gets its name from its close proximity to the Ohio and Erie Canal, a canal that was dug in the 1820s and 30s and runs for 308 miles between Lake Erie and Portsmouth, Ohio. The ballpark opened in 1997 and has had the same name since then. How close is the canal to the park that bears its name? You can actually see the water from the left field corner. When the Altoona Curve joined the Eastern League in 1999, they moved into a new ballpark that was known as Blair County Ballpark, after the county in which Altoona is located. The park kept that name until January of 2012, when a naming rights agreement was signed with Peoples Natural Gas, changing the ballpark's name to Peoples Natural Gas Field. Founded in the late 1800s, Peoples is the largest natural gas provider in Pennsylvania, with nearly 750,000 customers in that state, as well as in West Virginia and Kentucky. Binghamton's Eastern League entry was known as the Mets from 1992 through 2016, before rebranding prior to the 2017 season as the Rumble Ponies. The ballpark was originally known as Binghamton Municipal Stadium, but a 2001 naming rights deal brought on a corporate partner to rename the park NYSEG Stadium. NYSEG stands for New York State Electric and Gas, which, as you might guess, is an electric and gas company. It provides electricity and gas for more than 1.1 million customers in upstate New York and has its headquarters in Binghamton. The Bowie Baysox are one of just 3 Eastern League franchises that play in a ballpark that isn't corporately named. Prince George's Stadium, which opened in 1994 and has been the team's home since its second year in the league, is named after the county in which it's located. Prince George's County in Maryland was founded by the British in 1696 and is named after Prince George of Denmark, who lived from 1653 to 1708. He is most notable for being the husband of Queen Anne, who ruled England from 1707 to 1714. The county itself is 499 square miles and has a population of approximately 900,000 residents. The Erie SeaWolves joined the Eastern League as part of the league's 1999 expansion, moving up from the New York Penn League, where they'd played since 1995. At the time, the ballpark was known as Jerry Ut Park, named after the former Erie resident who created an endowment to financially support the park. Prior to the 2017 season, the ballpark was renamed to UPMC Park, following a naming rights agreement with the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. UPMC oversees more than 20 hospitals and 500 doctors' offices and is the largest non-governmental employer in Pennsylvania. Harrisburg's ballpark opened in 1987, in time for the team to join the Eastern League. When the park opened, it was known as Riverside Stadium, which was a fitting name given its location on City Island in the middle of the Susquehanna River. That name lasted through 2004, and in the years since then, the ballpark has had 3 different names, all bank-related. The initial naming rights agreement with Commerce Bank, resulting in the park being called Commerce Bank Park, lasted through 2009. A bank merger led to the name being changed to Metro Bank Park, which lasted through 2015. First National Bank bought Metro Bank in 2016, leading to yet another name change, this time to FNB Field. In 2018, First National Bank signed a 10-year naming rights extension with the club, which should mean that the FNB Field name stays until 2028. First National Bank is based in Pittsburgh and operates around 350 bank branches in 7 states and Washington, D.C. The Hartford Yard Goats are the newest team in the Eastern League, moving from New Britain, Connecticut prior to the 2016 season. They moved into a brand new ballpark in downtown Hartford, which had signed a naming rights deal with Dunkin' Donuts less than a year earlier. Founded in 1950, Dunkin' Donuts has more than 8,500 locations in 41 states around the country and more than 3,200 locations in 36 countries around the world. The company dropped the word donuts from its name in 2018, but the ballpark has, so far, retained the Dunkin' Donuts Park name. The 2004 Eastern League season saw the addition of a franchise in Manchester, New Hampshire, which had relocated from New Haven, Connecticut. The Fisher Cats spent their first season in the league playing at Gill Stadium, a historic multi-purpose stadium that dates back more than 100 years. A year later, the team moved into what was then known as merchantsauto.com Stadium, a name that lasted through 2011. At that time, the name was changed to Northeast Delta Dental Stadium, thanks to a 10-year naming rights deal with insurance company Delta Dental. With coverage in 50 states, Delta Dental is the largest dental insurance provider in the nation, serving more than 80 million Americans. Thanks to an expansion announcement in 1992, the Portland Sea Dogs joined the Eastern League at the start of the 1994 season. From day one, they've played in the same ballpark, which was built to accommodate them. Hadlock Field, as it has been continuously called, was named in honor of Edson B. Hadlock Jr., who was inducted into the Maine Baseball Hall of Fame in 1976. Hadlock was a high school teacher and longtime baseball coach in Portland. Fondly known as America's classic ballpark, Reading's FirstEnergy Stadium is the oldest facility in the Eastern League and one of the oldest parks in all of minor league baseball. It has hosted the Fightin Phils, who were formerly called the Reading Phillies, since they began play in 1967. The ballpark actually hosted a pair of other Eastern League franchises, the Indians and the Red Sox, from 1952 to 1964. Named Reading Municipal Memorial Stadium for the bulk of its history, the ballpark took its current name in 2000 following a naming rights deal with FirstEnergy Corp., an electric utility company based in Akron, Ohio. Football fans will know that the Reading ballpark isn't the only FirstEnergy stadium out there. The NFL's Cleveland Browns also play in a facility with this name. Since they joined the Eastern League in 2010, the Richmond Flying Squirrels have played at a ballpark with a name that's about as simple as it gets, the Diamond. The Diamond wasn't built for the Flying Squirrels, though. It opened in 1985 and originally hosted the Richmond Braves of the International League prior to that franchise moving to Gwinnett, Georgia. The Diamond is one of just a handful of stadiums in minor league baseball that hasn't had a corporate name at any point in its history, and it's likely to stay that way. It's expected that the Flying Squirrels will move into a new ballpark before long, which means that a company seeking the naming rights for the Diamond is extremely unlikely. After stints in New York and Ontario, Canada, the present-day Trenton Thunder franchise began play in the Eastern League in 1994, moving into a new ballpark that was originally called Mercer County Waterfront Park. And that name made a lot of sense. Trenton is located in Mercer County, and the ballpark was built on the shores of the Delaware River. Arm & Hammer obtained 20-year naming rights to the park in late 2012, which meant that by opening day of 2013, the ballpark had been renamed Arm & Hammer Park. Arm & Hammer dates back more than 170 years and is based in New Jersey. Known mainly for its baking soda, the company also produces toothpaste, cat litter, deodorant, and more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please think about clicking the like button below, and if you're interested in more content of this type, please think about subscribing.